Yo, it's your boy Jay Sports, and I got another banger episode for you guys, man. NFL free agency's been crazy. It's been insane. Big names on the move, and the legal tampering period that I should call, because that's technically what it is. We saw a lot of deals. We saw blockbuster deals. We saw teams getting better, adding talent, trading for players. This is what people are getting paid. It's all about that dollar bill, y'all. We saw Maxx Crosby go to Baltimore, which I think is going to help them a lot. The Raiders are getting another first round pick. The Tennessee Titans are making moves. Everybody making moves. Wide receivers are getting paid. DBs are getting paid. Linemen are getting paid. Everybody getting paid, man. But let's get to it and let's talk about it. We're going to talk about the Maxx Crosby trade. So Maxx Crosby is now a Baltimore Raven. They gave up 2 months for him. Do I agree with that? No, not at all. I don't think he was worth that. Personally, but that's me. Show you guys on the screen. So Maxx Crosby was traded for a 2026 and 2027 first round pick. When we were watching the Ravens last season, and for everybody that was watching football, one of the biggest problems and glaring issues, especially on that defense led by former defensive coordinator Zach Orr, I believe that's his name. Forgive me, I pronounced his name wrong. They couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. This defense was giving up yards left and right. They were one of the worst defensive teams in the league, not even close, a debate or anything. They couldn't get to the quarterback. Their D-line was banged up. They had a lot of injuries. Every single time they're in a close game and need defensive stop, guess what? It wasn't happening. Their offense was their best defense. And then Lamar gets banged up. It was a lot going on this season. So you get Maxx Crosby, a top 3 DN in the league, top 3, one of the best pass rushers in the league. He's going to bolster up your defense. He's going to help the pass rush. My only problem with this move, for me, the Ravens still need help at O-line. They still need a solidified number 1 wide receiver. They just lost their best lineman in Taylor Linderbaum. We're going to talk about that later. Their secondary is still very suspect. I don't think their secondary is very good. But a pass rush is one of the most important things we're talking about defense, because if ultimately you can't get pressure on the quarterback, get to the quarterback, all that other stuff doesn't matter. It is what it is. Yeah, this is crazy. Shout out to Maxx Crosby, though. He wanted out. The Raiders said, all right, we're going to let you go. A lot of teams were in on him. My Patriots, you know the vibes. We were in on him. Tom Brady said, no, I'm not going to trade with New England Patriots. That was a very messed up move, but hey. The Cowboys were in on him, but they're going to trade a first and a third for him. And the Raiders ultimately said, hey, Baltimore, y'all give me 2 months? I'm taking that deal. So they get a 1 this season and next season. This season, I believe, is pick number 15. So they got the first overall pick and the 15th overall pick, plus another first rounder going to next season, because you know the Raiders are going to be bad. So they get 2 first rounders this year and 2 first rounders next year. So their team is set. The Raiders are making moves this offseason. We're going to talk about that. Some of the moves, some of the people they're bringing in, some of the free agent signings there in the legal tampering period. But yeah, shout out to Maxx Crosby. And a lot of people are saying Lamar gets no more excuses. You're right, he doesn't. But y'all sat here and gave Josh Allen every excuse in the book. Josh Allen was the most protected athlete. So why isn't the standard the same for Josh Allen like it is for Lamar? Why did Josh Allen get passes? People are blaming his lack of weapons. People are blaming his defense. People are blaming his O-line. Lamar didn't get those excuses. Has Lamar underperformed in the playoffs? Yes, he has. He should have been better. But y'all gotta keep the same energy both ways. Cause Josh Allen, y'all keep talking about he did everything he do. You can use that same argument, flip it, say for Lamar. If Mark Andrews doesn't drop a 2-point conversion, a ball straight to his chest that he should have caught, somehow he dropped with no defense behind him, nobody within 10 yards of the man. So I don't know why he got scared to drop the ball. Baltimore is, we have a different conversation. They got out. They traded for Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the league, a top 3 running back in the league. Shout out to Tim people that's in the live right now too. Everybody knows in football, I don't care how good or great your offense is. If you don't have a defense, all that goes out the window, man. I don't care how high potent your offense is. Defense matters, especially in football, and we know this. I'm just saying, y'all gotta keep the same, man. The energy the same is all I'm saying. You feel me? Let's go to the free agency. Talk about some of the moves of this legal tampering period. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna go in order. We're gonna talk about my Patriots in a minute. I just want to see if I could. I'm gonna talk about your fantasy teams a little bit. What you would do for fantasy. I wish New England would get a. We did get Romeo Dobbs. I'm okay with that signing, even though he's a number 2. I don't feel like he's number 1. But we're gonna have to do something, man. At least we did upgrade the wide receiver room. There was a lot of names, a lot of players on the move, man. This legal tampering period, quote unquote. Um, yeah. It's gonna be a good year for football. I can't wait for football season to start, man. Trent McDuffie ultimately got extended. I said Baltimore, wrong team. The Los Angeles Rams. Shout out to 12 people that's in the live. Appreciate y'all for being in here. They extended Trent McDuffie. He's the highest paid corner right now. They gave him a 4-year, 124 mil, making the highest paid corner. He's making 31. I think that's a good move for them. They needed help, especially that secondary was atrocious on that Super Bowl run. They were just giving things out left and right. For the Chargers signing fullback Alec Ingold, I think that's a good move for them. The fullback, it'll help boost up their O line. It'll help with their running game. It'll help with the passing game when you just need a blocker in there. I think that's a good move for them. The Raiders are getting Taron Johnson. So the Raiders are making moves, man. They're really trying to capitalize. You move off Maxx Crosby. You got a lot of holes on your team, from your O line to your D line to your secondary to your linebackers. Yeah, you. There's a lot of things that got to be fixed, man. A lot of things. Eric Wilson is signing back to the Vikings. This is his second stint in Minnesota. Yeah, it's good that they're boosting up their defense. Tua gets released. And I gotta find this. I'm gonna show you Elliot when I find it. I'm gonna have to look for it. They're eating $100 million cap. That's what they're basically eating. Um, that would be the biggest contract that they had to eat in NFL history. Let me see if I could find spot track. Yeah, because this cap hit that they're taking is crazy. So because they cut Tua, matter of fact, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Because this is insane for you just to cut Tua like this. The Dolphins are pretty desperate. Just say, you know what, Tua? We're just going to get off of you. Bye. We're going to take the cap hit. So as you guys can see, they're eating $99.2 million. That's how much of a cap hit that he's taking. That's how much dead cap that they have. So he's taking up 18.5% of the cap. Then this is the biggest cap hit. They should have waited a year. If I was them, I would have waited a year because then you only have to eat 31 and 18. This is a humongous cap hit. So Tua is still getting paid, even though he's not on the team. He's still getting this 56 million. He's getting that. Well, the 39, his base salary, he's getting paid to be on the roster, essentially, which is insane work. So this is their dead cap. Then next season it's 31, then it's 18, and in 2029 the contract's void. Basically, you don't have to pay that. It's not on your books no more. This is crazy. This is a $100 million cap hit. So that means on their payroll, they're gonna be paying for a player that's not even on their roster. So their cap space is not even more limited because you still got to eat up this contract of $99 million. And Tua did get signed ultimately to the Atlanta Falcons. So now you got two left-handed quarterbacks who are both garbage. Him and Michael Penix. Two trash lefty quarterbacks, both trash. Mucho galente basura. No bueno. That's what they're doing. I didn't think the Dolphins were going to eat this cap. I thought they're going to wait at least until next season when the dead cap is lowered down, is not as high. But to eat $100 million of cap space, is $100 million. They were pretty desperate to get off Tua. They really did not like Tua, want Tua. For you to take that much of a cap hit, man. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do on the Falcons. He boosted up that offense because you got Bijan Robinson, you got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, you got a good enough O-line. I just don't think Tua is good enough, but hey, what do I know? We have an AFC East trading going on. Dolphins and the Jets are rivals, and they're trading Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets and Saints for 2026 7th round pick. No, Jets are trying to boost up their defense because God knows that offense is going to be mucho galente basura way. Shout out to 13 people that's watching the stream right now. Cowboys are trading for edge rusher Rashawn Gary. I think this is a good trade. Yeah, I believe they're giving up. I don't know exactly what they're giving up, but I think it was like a 4th rounder, I believe they were talking about on the radio. But yeah, they're going to be very frustrated by Rashawn Gary. If you watched him on the Packers, he can be lazy at times. Sometimes he doesn't give his all. Sometimes he be on nonsense. So it's going to be fun to see. I like this move for the Cowboys. They're boosting up their defense because before the trade deadline, it was non-existent. Now he's reuniting with the D tackle, whose name I can't think of right now. But yeah, I see them getting depth on defense. They actually care about their defense because it's one of the worst in the league. And then the Jets are giving him a 3-year, $40 million extension as part of the deal. Oh, Kenny Clark, they're reuniting in Dallas. Sheldon Rankins on a 2-year contract, $12 million with the Texans. Oh, brother, this guy. Travis Kelce is returning back to Chiefs for his 14th season. Oh, so yeah, good news for Chiefs fans. So Alec Pierce decided to troll everybody. Tell the coach, "Oh, I'm leaving," to basically tell them, "Nah, I'm gonna stay." This man's getting a 4-year, $114 million contract extension. He is one of the highest paid wide receivers right now. And annually, that's about a little north of about a little bit under 30 million a year. It's like 26, I believe, and some change, somewhere around there in that number. Falcons assigned wide receiver. Yeah, I don't even know how to say his name. I ain't gonna try to butcher it. Yeah. Patriots. My Patriots got DN Jamont Jones for 3-year, $30 million deal, which is about 3 times 3. About a little bit over 10, about 11 to 12 million a year. I don't know the math on that. I ain't no math whiz. I'm hooked on finance kids, so leave me alone. This is a good trade for the Patriots. They're boosting up their D line. They're getting better on defense. They have one of the best defenses in the league, a top 3 defense, and he's gonna help a lot with the pass rush. I like this. The Raiders are re-signing Eric Stokes, 3 years, 30 million, 20 million guaranteed. So, in a surprising move, this is probably the best running back that the Chiefs have had since Patrick Mahomes. You could argue the most talented. I personally think the most talented. Kenneth Walker is going to the Chiefs. So now you got Patrick Mahomes. You got Travis Kelce coming back. They finally got a running game. The O-line still needs to be fixed up because that was their biggest problem. You got Xavier Worthy. You got Rashid Rice. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Chiefs do. They need to fix up their O-line, though. The Buccaneers are re-signed Cade Otton. Good for them. They're keeping their tight end. The Rams are signing former corner from the Chiefs, Jalen Watson. So they taking Trent McDuff for them and Jalen Watson, taking both their corners. That's crazy. Yeah, the Rams are really boosting up that defense. Well, their secondary, because their secondary was horrible. In a surprising move, one of the hottest free agents on the market, Jalen Phillips, is going to the Panthers on a 4-year, $120 million. He's getting $30 million a year. In another surprising move, the Steelers are trading for Michael Pittman Jr. He's going to the Steelers. So the Steelers finally get since they've been lacking since probably AB Antonio Brown, they get a wide receiver one. They get a possession receiver, a big body receiver. The only problem is that they don't have a quarterback. And that's their problem right now. The Steelers don't have a quarterback. Nobody knows who their quarterback is going to be. Shout out to the 14 people that's in the live. It's a good move for them. It bolsters up their offense for sure. Michael Pittman Jr. is a good wide receiver, a top 25 receiver in the league. So with Tua getting let go, the Dolphins decide to bring in Malik Willis to a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with $45 million guaranteed. Malik Willis has been a career backup. I don't know why you're giving him all this money. I don't think he's going to be that good. Personally, when you're a career backup, he did start with Tennessee. He did not look good with Tennessee. But you could blame that on a lot of things. But he's been a backup. You saw a few glimpses of him during the season. Now, all of a sudden, people think that he's this high caliber starting quarterback for him. I don't know what the Dolphins organization is doing. You cut Tyreek Hill. You got rid of Tua. I don't know the direction that y'all headed into, but hey, what do I know? And he's getting a 3-year, $50 million deal. The Giants are signing tight end Isaiah Likely, their best tight end. A lot of people thought he was better than Mark Andrews. You can argue that. It is what it is. So now the Ravens then lost Tyler Linderbaum. We're going to get into that. I'm going to show you that. They lost Isaiah Likely. They lost on their DNs. This team is slowly getting gutted. So I don't know how they're going to make this work. Demario Davis getting $11 million a year is insane. This is an old linebacker. Demario Davis is 32, 33 years old. The Jets just signed anybody, man. Mitchell Trubisky is on a 2-year deal with Tennessee Titans. He's going to be the backup, obviously, to Cam Ward. Former Patriot tight end Alex. I said Alex. That's it. Austin Hooper, is on a 1-year deal with the Falcons. He was a good tight end for us, but hey, life goes on. Buccaneers are signing running back Kenneth Gainwell to a 2-year, $14 million deal. In a surprising move, Alex Alonso, I don't know how to say this brother's name. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Former Lions standout linebacker is going to the Buccaneers. And another big piece of their defense, the safety Kobe Bryant, he's going to the Chicago Bears, which I think it boosts up their defense more. A very good safety in the league. That boosts up their secondary, makes their secondary better. Commanders are signing former Lions corner Meek Robinson to a 2-year deal. They fixing up their O-line. Lions are signing center Cade Mays, former Panthers center. The Jets are signing Joseph Osai. I don't know how to say his name either. The Jets are really boosting up their defense. So the Raiders are making moves out here, man. You got to let go of Maxx Crosby. You get a first-round pick. Well, 2 first-rounders. Now you go take one of the best centers, if not the best center in the game of football, Tyler Linderbaum. He's getting $60 million guaranteed, which is he's the most paid lineman right now in NFL history. And a lot of people were thrown off by this. No, you need help. So you go get one of the best centers. The Raiders might be cooking something that we don't know about. Tyler Algier is going to the Cardinals on a 2-year deal, $12.25. And another surprising move, Travis Etienne decides he wants to stay at home, go to New Orleans, and stay in New Orleans. And guess what? He's now a Saint. So I don't know what's going to happen with Alvin Kamara. Are you going to trade him, keep him on the roster? It's going to be interesting to see what the Saints do with him. The Titans get another weapon. They get Wendell Robinson. They sign him. He's signing over there. He's getting a 4-year deal worth $78 million. He's getting $38 million guaranteed. Another weapon for Cam Ward. Another weapon on that offense. He's getting a 4-year, $52 million deal. Jalen Naylor, former Minnesota wide receiver. He's now signed with the Raiders. The Raiders are really trying to do something. They're trying to bolster up everything they're doing. They're really trying to get better. Guard David Edwards is also going to the Saints to boost up their O-line. In a very surprising move, Mike Evans, the greatest wide receiver in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, he said he's taking his talents to the 49ers. And with everything they have going on with Brandon Ayuk, I think that's a great move for them. You get a possession receiver, a big body receiver, one of the great receivers, man. They also lost their one in corners, Jamal Dean. He's going to the Steelers. Steelers boosting up their defense also. 3 years, $36 million. Linebacker Devin Bush from the Saints. Guess where he's going? Chicago. Chicago's making moves too. He's a franchise leader in receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns. 11 executive, 100,000 yards. He tied with Jay Rush for the most in history. 6 times Pro Bowl selection and a Super Bowl champion, Mike Evans, man. Jahan Dotson is going to the Falcons. The Browns are signing guard Zion Johnson to a 3-year, $50 million deal to go from looking like 24. Man, this is how he looked when he entered the league. This is how he look now. The Titans are signing D lineman. Sorry about that. Signed D lineman John Franklin Myers. Tight end Charlie Collard, another big weapon for the Ravens. Very good blocking tight end. He's going to the Chargers. Help booster out their offense. Help blocking. Linebacker Tremaine Evans is going to the Giants. No, I don't know who that is. Don't know. J.K. Dobbins is staying with the Broncos. Marcus Mariota is staying with the Commanders. Pass rusher Dafa Obi, I don't know how to say this brother's name, is going to the Commanders. So they're boosting up their own line. They're getting a very good pass rusher, very productive one. Bengals are signing former Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl champion Boy Mafia, very good DN, is going to the Bengals. Tua is on a 1-year deal with the Falcons, so they got 2 trash lefty quarterbacks. Yeah, this should be fun to watch. Gardner Minshew is being the backup quarterback to the Arizona Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett is the starter, and they have let go of Kyle Murray. Larry Thompson is restaying. He is staying with the Commanders. The Raiders got Kui Payne. I don't know how to say his name. Very good pass rusher. Good for them, man. The Raiders make it move, man. Dre Greenlaw is getting released by the Broncos. Noah Fant is taking his talents to no other than the Seattle. That's not even Seattle. I'm sorry. To the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, man. Now, Kobe Dean, one of the great linebackers for the Eagles, that's really good for their defense. Very good linebacker. Guess where he going? To the Raiders. Raiders Nation, y'all are going crazy. Y'all are winning this free agency. They're getting linebacker Quay Walker. They are going crazy. They have the most money and they are spending it in free agency. Rashid Sneed is staying with the Seahawks. Kenny Pickett is taking his talents to the Carolina Panthers. Hey, another blow to the Eagles. They're leaving their safety, Reed Blankenship, to a 1-year, $3 million, 3-year, $24.75 million deal. Kendrick Bourne is taking his talents. Another weapon for the Cardinals. Another weapon for Jacoby Brissett. Devin Lloyd is taking his talents to the Carolina Panthers. And then very surprising news. Shout out to the 15 Pew that's in the live right now. Rico Dallas is going to the Steelers. So the Steelers just upgraded their running back room. They just upgraded their wide receiver course. They get a true number 1. Shout out to Steelers. Safety Gilman, former Baltimore safety, is going to the Chiefs. Taquan Thornton, former Patriots. We released him. Now he's on the Chiefs. He's staying with the Chiefs. Finally, the Patriots. We get a guard, man. Elijah Vera Tucker. Yes, I know he's been hurt, but you're getting a guy who's healthy, who's very versatile. A guy who could play the guard or the tackle or the center. We could move him all around the line. I like that move. Giants are signing safety Greg Newsome II. Dawson Knox is staying with the Bills. Quincy Williams, former linebacker of the Jets, is taking his talents to Cleveland. Isaiah Pacheco is going to the Lions after the Lions traded away David Montgomery to the Texans. So now you got a backup running back to Jamar Gibbs. The Texans are extending their kicker. Braden Smith, former lineman of the Colts, taking his talents to the Texans. And in surprising news, Geno is going back to the Jets after an abysmal year with the Raiders. This man was a bottom 5 quarterback. After seeing the success he had at Seattle, how good of a quarterback he was, all of a sudden he goes to the Raiders and he's just garbage. Mucho caliente basura, way. Now the Jets are trading a 7th rounder. So the Raiders are trading Geno in the 7th to get a 6th rounder. We finally got one, baby. We got Romeo Doubs, 4-year deal, roughly worth $70 million. I don't think he's worth that much. But when you're the Patriots and you're desperate, you're gonna overpay. It's free agency. As we all know, you're gonna overpay in free agency. It is what it is. Corner Nashawn Wright is going to the Jets. Let's see if there's any more moves going on. Shout out to the 15 people that's in the live right now. It's gonna be all football live. What's the football guys' names? Ian Rappaport. So the Packers are getting Pro Bowl center Elton Jenkins. 2 years, $24 million with $20 million guaranteed. As you know, they're boosting up their O-line, which is very good. You know, in football, the O-line matters. Let me show you guys this about. So when you look at Romeo Doubs, he ranked first in yards, first in EPA, first in yards route run, first in receiving YOE, and he ranked first in explosive plays. Ultimately, Romeo is going to be one of the only. He's going to be able to get separation. One of the biggest problems with the New England Patriots is that our wide receiver's going to get no separation. So you bring in Romeo Doubs. Obviously, he's in number 2. He's not a true number 1 type guy. But at this rate, you need anything and everything you can get. I think they're going to go after A.J. Brown. But if you hold off on A.J. Brown till June 1st, when the Eagles don't have to eat as much of his salary, you get him for even cheaper. So now you're at the chess. You're playing chess. So you got to play the long, hard game. But I don't think this is the only move that they're going to make. Let's talk about the Raiders and the moves they made. This is the money that they've been spending. You picked up a center, fixed up your O-line. You got 2 linebackers, 2 of the best linebackers in football. And Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean. You got linebackers that can cover. Then you went and got a wide receiver. Then you got a DN and a pass rusher. Then you got a corner. And you re-signed your corner and traded for a corner. So the Raiders have been winning free agency and they ain't close. We're gonna talk about basketball for a little bit. So last night, Shea did something historic, something mythical. When you can tie a record with the mythical man known as Will Chamberlain, that speaks volumes to your greatness. He has tied Wilt with 126 straight 20-point games. That's the longest streak in NBA history. Michael Jordan's is 72 games. Him and KD are both tied with 72. Kareem was 71. LeBron had 49. James Harden had 57. Kobe had 63. So the gap, if you combine, oh no, that's not. But yeah, it's a gap between Michael Jordan and Shea. Shea is having one of the greatest offensive guard peaks we have seen. He's one of the greatest offensive plays we have seen. We about to have some uncomfortable conversations. Shea's the fourth fastest guard in NBA history, reached 13,000 career points. Last night he had 35 points, 15 assists with 0 turnovers. Guess who the only other person? GOAT James, 2018 is the only other person to get that feat. Shout out to Shea, man. The NFC North, this pass rush is, oh my goodness. Joe Burrows. I feel bad for you, brother. You gotta go against. You gotta see TJ Watt twice a year, then Myles Garrett twice a year, and Maxx Crosby twice a year. So 3 of the best edge rushers in your division, Joe Burrow. Yeah, have fun with that. Now you got Lamar, Derrick Henry, March, Aaron Andrews, Maxx Crosby, and Kyle Hamilton. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's show. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a more basketball geared show. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. You can find me at TikTok on Crazy Shot Josh, Twitter, Crazy Shot Josh, YouTube, J Sports Universe, and Instagram, OGJ Sports. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, retweet. Y'all know, do all that good stuff. If you want to be part of the show, hit me up, DM me. I'll let you know. One rule, don't be a casual. And the second rule is be respectful, but y'all should already know that. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day.